Good morning, sports bettors. We got a 4-game slate of NBA basketball today, which means that we have some NBA player props to hammer. So for this video, I'm giving you my NBA player prop best bets today, Monday, February 27th. I have 3 picks total because of the 4-game slate, a little bit less than usual, had a little bit less to choose from, but I did find 3 bets that I really like that we're going to go ahead and hammer. Of course, my name is Matt Modi. I'm a content producer and betting analyst for OddsJam.com. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Helps me out a ton. And then, of course, if you want to find me on social media, you can at my Twitter handle, JediModi. And before we get into it, a little bit of a recap from yesterday. So individually, my bets did pretty well. I had a lot of soccer bets that did well yesterday, but unfortunately, looking at my player props, I had 4. Those unfortunately went 1 and 3. I lost DeAndre Ayton under 11.5 rebounds by exactly 1. He ended with 11. Devin Booker, I had under 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Lost that by 2. He ended with 12. I also lost Jamal Murray under 4.5 rebounds. He ended with 5. But the one play I did get to hit was Russell Westbrook under 7.5 assists. I was able to lock that in, got that one to cash. So went 1 and 3, which was not ideal. Hopefully, we will have a little bit better success today. I have faith. That's just kind of the nature of sports betting. It's a volume game. You have to accept some down days. But to get right into it, the first play that we're going to go ahead and lock in here is Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists. This is at plus 116 odds at BetRivers. So the reason why this play is profitable and kind of the concept behind positive expected value betting in general, everything is derived from these no vig odds that you see here, which in this case we see essentially plus 113, plus 112.9. So every positive EV play is going to have a odds you see here, right, on the no vig odds that you see here. What you need to know is these odds represent a weighted average pulled from the sharpest sports books in the world. So there are a bunch of videos detailing in much greater detail why positive expected value betting is so valuable. What you need to know for the purpose of this video is, as I said, these odds are pulled from the sharpest sports books in the world, a weighted average from the sharpest ones. So you can view the no vig odds that you see here as the true line of what a market should truly be priced at. Basically saying the no vig odds here, also called the OddsJam perfect line, is the most accurate representation of a line. So if we are able to get better odds than what the OddsJam perfect line has, that is a mathematically profitable bet. And those types of bets will be profitable over the course of time in the long run. Now, I'm not saying you're going to win every single bet. Like if you look at my sweat station taken from the OddsJam bet tracker for February, it's actually been a relatively rough February. I'm up $700, which is nice. Obviously, you want to take green, but had some really rough down days here. And if you look, compare other months, January was incredible. I was up, as soon as this loads, $6,000 in January. If you look at December, I was up almost $3,000 in December. So I've had a lot of success previously. February is just one of those months where I've struggled a little bit. Still in the green, which is really good. And that's kind of how things go. So you have to accept a little bit of variance when it comes to positive expected value betting, but it's something that will be profitable in the long run. So this Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists, plus 116 odds at BetRivers is my first play of the game. The no vig odds, again, pricing this at essentially plus 113, giving us an edge, expected profit margin of 1.46%. That's play number 1. Play number 2, we are looking at Joel Embiid to go over 11.5 rebounds. So this play is at plus 126 odds at Caesars. OddsJam perfect line, again, pricing this at about plus 125, plus 124.5, something like that. And we're getting it up at plus 126. So the gap between these two numbers, again, that is your profitability. And then what I like to do before placing a bet is just compare the odds of the sportsbook that I'm placing the bet with and compare that with every other sportsbook and where they have odds priced at. So we want to compare this plus 126 to the rest of the sports books, basically trying to answer the question of, am I betting on a play that is an outlier and beats the no vig line of the majority of sports books? When you're positive expected value betting, every play that shows up on the EV page here is going to be mathematically profitable, but you want to take it a little bit further and make sure that you're betting on outliers compared to the rest of the sports books. The reason why, you kind of have to just think about it from a logical scenario, take sports betting out of it. If you're just looking at markets and one market is priced differently than the rest of the markets, and when it's priced differently, it's in our favor. Basically, Caesars is charging less money for this play than every other sportsbook, than the majority of sportsbooks. The most likely scenario here is that Caesars has this play mispriced, is that the market that is an outlier compared to the majority of the other markets has that mispriced. And this is kind of an example of what we're trying to take advantage of when we're positive expected value betting. Basically, the logic being, if Caesars has this mispriced in our favor, it should really be priced closer to where these sportsbooks have it. Plus 105, plus 110, plus 105, plus 109, not plus 126. So Caesars, because this one is mispriced, will probably end up changing their odds to more accurately reflect the rest of the markets. And that's a good sign for us. That means we're getting positive closing line value. We are getting better odds than the no vig line, than what the line is truly priced at, which is kind of another way of thinking about positive expected value. CLV equals closing line value. It's the true line of the market at that current point in time. So Joel Embiid over 11.5 rebounds, plus 126 at Caesars is my second play of the video. And my third and final one is LaMelo Ball over 3.5 made three-pointers. I know 4's a lot, but LaMelo Ball shoots a ton, and they have a pretty easy matchup against the Pistons. Now, the minus 139 odds are pretty steep, but I'm willing to take advantage of odds that are that steep when we're getting such a good price on it. And that's the most important thing. I get a lot of questions about, like, do I always place the plus or do I always place the minus? And both. You place ones that are plus money, like the Joel Embiid one, like the Marcus Smart one. You also place bets that are for minus money. It's all about the odds of the bet you're placing compared to the rest of the sports books. So minus 139 can be a good play because look at every other book. Minus 170, minus 172, minus 160, minus 166, minus 165. There are two that are close at minus 141 and minus 145. The majority are not. So minus 139 can be a good play because it beats the closing line of the majority of the sports books. So I locked it in. That's why I think this one is another good play. LaMelo Ball over 3.5 made three-pointers, and that is going to be it. So 3 NBA player props for you guys to lock in. If you're tailing, of course, comment and let me know. Love to hear it. Other than that, please remember to like and subscribe, and then hit me up on social media, and that is going to be it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.